Yo, did you know SharePoint could support your onboarding process? Welcome to day 29 of my 30-day series where I show you 30 different things that SharePoint could do that you probably didn't know about because you think it's just a document storage tool. And then at the end of every episode, I also share a fun fact about myself. Now, in this episode, I want to tell you about onboarding with SharePoint, but I want to challenge the way you currently do it right now. So it's highly likely that you bring everybody in, maybe like a team of people who have just joined the company. And then for like a day or two, it's multiple hours of telling them any and everything you think is important to them for the company. You know what? In my opinion, what that does is make people be done with the orientation and then they only do what? Sign up for their benefits after they're done. You know what I'm saying? Everything else they don't even think about or remember. And I think it's because you're doing this drinking from a fire hose thing. Here's my thought process using SharePoint. So somebody comes on board, and let's say for like the first 2 weeks, they get an automatic email, and this is coming from Power Automate. The automatic email will tell them about one specific thing in the company. So let's say that first day, I get an email that says, "Do you know about our break room?" And then I click a link in the email, and guess where it takes me? Obviously, SharePoint. I go to a SharePoint page that's like that got all the details on the break room. It's like, yo, there's actually two fridges in there because we have so many people. Anything that's left in there over a week, we throw it out. People do like to label their food, but we haven't had any issues with anybody stealing. There's also a coffee fund. If you want to sign up for the coffee fund, click right here, and then Joan will get an email. Joan does take Zelle and Venmo and all this other stuff, Cash App for the coffee fund. Here are some of the coffees that we like all of that on one SharePoint page, and it was sent to them on the first day that they were there. Let's say second day, it says something like, "Yo, did you hear about the holiday party?" And then you go to the link, and it's a page on SharePoint that tells you any and everything you need to know about the holiday party. It's like, yo, here's pictures from last year, here's videos, here's the person who runs it. Personally, I think you could go 3, 6, 9 months, or maybe even a whole year plus. I don't care if your company has like 500 people. You know how it is. You'll get to a point where you've been in the company and you wouldn't even know about 100 different things that the company offers or the company does because nobody ever told you or you forgot about it from orientation. Someone on your team should be doing this. I think this is such a fire idea and not enough companies do it. That's your SharePoint tip of the day. Now, your fun fact about me is that I grew up in the inner city, so because of that, there's different programs that they use in these areas to expand the experiences of a kid from there. I did something called the Fresh Air Fund. The Fresh Air Fund was where they took you out of the inner city and you went and stayed with a family for like, well, I did for 2 weeks, and my brother did 2 weeks too at a different family.